Good morning everyone. The next session of the chapter why do we fall ill, that is infectious agents. The next one session is infectious agents. That means we had discussed about the communicable and non-communicable diseases like infectious and non-infectious diseases. So infectious diseases are those diseases which can transfer from an infected person to a healthy person. But what is the agent which is to be transferred from infected person to healthy person? So that agent is infectious agent. An infectious agent basically that is a disease causing microorganism. So disease causing microorganism, or you can say pathogens. These are pathogens. So pathogens are disease causing microorganism and these are known as infectious agent. Basically they transfer disease from an infected person to healthy person. So these infectious agent has a category, and this category basically contain viruses, bacteria, fungi, some protozoans and worms. There are many viruses, many bacteria, many fungi, many protozoan and many worms are there which can transfer different diseases. Like viruses transfer common cold, influenza, dengue fever, AIDS and corona. That is very common, you know about it now. Bacteria transfer typhoid, cholera, TB, anthrax and etc. Fungi basically it causes skin infections, and protozoans malaria, kala azar, it is a kind of fever. Worms intestinal worm infection and elephantiasis. These are the name of diseases which is transferred by different category, which is transferred by different microorganisms. And there is not a single virus, not a single bacteria, not a single worms and so on. No, there is a family of these kind of microorganisms. Like bacteria contain a family in which many bacteria are there. Viruses contain a family in which many viruses are there. When we go to the doctor and we explain the symptoms, we tell symptoms to the doctor that we are suffering from this or that condition. Actually, in that condition, doctor identify the category of microorganism by which we are suffering from. That means it is very important to identify the category of disease. Why it is important to identify the category of disease? It is important so that a right kind of treatment can be given. Like I want to discuss one thing, that if virus, then virus cause these diseases. So these diseases are caused by a special biochemical pathway which is carried out by that virus. Bacteria, it carry a different biochemical pathway. Fungi carry a different biochemical pathway. So every organism contain a different biochemical pathway. And no doubt, listen it carefully, no doubt the different viruses can have some common biochemical pathway because they belong to the same family. Many bacteria can have the common biochemical pathway because they belong to bacteria family. For example, I want to share this thing with you with of virus and bacteria. Like all the viruses, they do not have their cell wall. And as you know that viruses are non-living if they are outside the body. Like bacteria, all bacteria prepare their cell wall. They are having a biochemical pathway in which they prepare their cell wall. So if any bacteria is there, like bacteria causing typhoid, bacteria causing cholera, bacteria causing tuberculosis, but all these bacteria carry one biochemical pathway, that is the formation of their cell wall. So now I think you understand why it is important to identify the category, so that a right kind of treatment can be given against different microorganisms. Like I have taken an example here, like it is bacteria. There are three different kind of bacteria, A, B and C. No doubt A, B and C, these are different bacteria, but because they all belong to same family, bacterial family, So they have a biochemical pathway which is common in all, but rest of the biochemical pathways are distinct, different. They are different. Like this one bacteria carry this biochemical pathway, this one bacteria carry this one biochemical pathway, and so on. One biochemical pathway is common. Why this biochemical pathway is common? Because they all belong to bacteria family. So different members of one family can have few biochemical pathway common. That means if you are taking any medicine against any bacteria, so at some one or two biochemical pathway can be treated by that common bacteria, that common medicine. That common, you can say that common biochemical pathway can be blocked by that medicine. तो आप एक बैक्टीरिया के अंदर जितने भी उस फैमिली के मेंबर्स हैं उनमें कुछ ना कुछ बायोकेमिकल पाथवे कॉमन होता है, बिकॉज दे बिलोंग टू द सेम फैमिली. लाइक हम जिस फैमिली से बिलोंग करते हैं तो हम घर में जितने भी लोग हैं, नेम कैन बी डिफरेंट बट द सरनेम विल बी सेम, सो दैट इज द कॉमन थिंग इन अस. And viruses, they are having different biochemical pathway. You can easily observe that the biochemical pathway of bacteria cannot be shared by virus, or you can say the biochemical pathway of viruses cannot be shared by bacteria. So every category have different biochemical pathway. Some biochemical pathway can be shared by the members of one category but cannot be shared by the members of another category. For example, I want to discuss this thing. If someone is suffering from common cold, then in that condition, sometime doctor gave some antibiotic to treat that particular disease. But as we know that common cold is due to virus, and antibiotic is a chemical which is used to block the biochemical pathway of the bacteria, that is the formation of cell wall. Every bacteria makes cell wall and antibiotic block that biochemical pathway. But if someone is suffering from common cold, then how antibiotic will affect on that? Because common cold is due to virus and antibiotic will work on bacteria. So we can say that if antibiotic is providing relief in common cold, it means the person is suffering from bacterial as well as viral infection. Because a medicine which is applicable on bacterial infection cannot be applicable on viral infection. So a medicine which we used to take in the bacterial infection, that cannot help us in the viral infection. Why? Because they all have different biochemical pathways, and due to these different biochemical pathway, they have a different kind of treatment strategy. So today's topic was infectious agent. I think you understand it, that how different infectious agents, how the categories or how the different kind of microorganism belongs to the different categories, and why it is important to understand the category of microorganisms. Okay, have a nice day. Goodbye all of you.